What is going on, everyone? Have had a lot of questions as of late about something in particular involving police officers and police shootings. So I want to welcome everyone. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what city, what state, and if you are from out of the country, let me know what country you're tuning in from. The sun wasn't out a second ago, and of course, right as I start this live, it is out. There is no team here to help with umbrellas and shades because it is Corona time. So we're doing this solo, and we can do it. I'm here for you, and we're gonna get right into it. If you saw the title of the live, How Not to Get Shot by the Police, Part 2. A lot of people responded to the first video about how not to get shot by the police, Part 1. Nothing close to the Chris Rock one done many years ago. But what it was a lot of people were asking, all these shootings, what's going on? As an officer of color, can you help us out here? What's your input? So I did that video about how to not get shot by a police officer or by the police, Part 1, while on a motor vehicle stop. Now, this is Part 2. Recent incidents that have happened has triggered a lot of people to ask me about what happened, why it happened. There's a lot of breakdowns on the police end, but of course there's some breakdowns on the end of the suspect. So if this is important to you, and if this is relevant to you, or if you're one of the people that asked for this video, thank you. Once again, we're here for you. We're going to add the extended version of this video in the 221B Tactical Sheepdog Training Nexus, which is our private platform where we have reviews of certain products and apparel and gear, and we have insights and interviews from certain high-level ninjas in the tactical world to give you the information that you want and need to stay alive. So now let us get into it. I thank everyone for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. I can't quite see where you guys are tuning in from because I don't have my usual gear. So thank you. We have someone on our team monitoring. So if you have a question, send the question in and I will see if I can answer it for you. So how do you not get shot by the police? 2020, okay? When it comes to a point of arrest, okay? So we're gonna go with, you are now in the presence of the police and they have now given you some instructions, okay? So the first way you don't get shot by the police is by you listen to their commands. You don't not listen to their commands, right? Okay? It's very, very simple, all right? So we have to take emotion out of it. We got to take right or wrong out of it, because in certain situations you just got to accept what the situation is. Any of you men out there who've ever been married, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just got to eat that sandwich and deal with it. And it's not about being right. It's about just making it out of that situation, surviving that situation. And some of you know with certain people that you can be in a relationship with, it's all about survival, right? You're just trying to survive, right? Okay. So in this situation, when you're with the police and they are telling you to do something, this is not the point to say, I'm right, you're wrong, I'm not going to do what you're telling me to do. That is the worst idea in the world, okay? So I want to make sure everyone can hear me because I'm outside in this big place and let's see. All right, I think everyone can hear me. Everyone hear me? Okay, everyone can hear me. Okay, good. Thank you. So, if you are holding a knife, okay? If you're holding a knife and the police say, drop the knife, my recommendation to you is to drop the knife, okay? Right? Because if you don't drop the knife, there's gonna be a negative consequence, okay? So I'm gonna go back to when I was like a little kid, and my mom had this thing, right? She was a single mom, and so she ruled with a heavy hand, right? There was no like dad enforcer around, right? And she said it once, okay? So if she said, stop that, and I didn't stop, there was not a second I said stop that, okay? If any of you can relate to this, leave a comment below, right? Because there was this, and I wish it was wooden, it wasn't, right? There was a metal spatula that she used to like flip pancakes and, you know, flip stuff in the kitchen, right? And it had slots in it. It was a flat spatula, but it had these slots in it, right? And it was thin metal and metal handle, metal stem, and then a black plastic handle. I will never forget what that looks like. If a police sketch artist sat in front of me right now, I could perfectly draw that metal spatula, okay? And some of you had the wooden spoon, some of you had the slipper, some of you had the belt, whatever it was, but you probably know that item very, very well, right? You could describe it in your sleep, right? And my mom said it once. And if after she said it once, I did not stop that action, the spatula came. There was one request by my mother to stop whatever it was doing. If I was running around screaming, stop running around screaming. If I was touching something I shouldn't touch, don't touch that. If I was, you know, in a room or doing something I shouldn't have been doing, stop that. If I didn't immediately stop it, spatula. The spatula. Okay? That's what I got. The spatula. So after a while, I knew that the first time because of course when you're little, you push it, right? You push it and you say, oh, let me, you're touching that thing. Don't touch that. And you just turn, you look, and you kind of keep touching, and you push it, and then ba-boom, you get the spatula, right? And you're like, ah, okay? So after a while, what happened, right? I became conditioned, right? She said it once, and I knew that if I didn't stop touching it or I didn't stop that action, the spatula was coming. So, after I heard it once, I stopped. Many of you probably experienced the same thing. Wooden spoon, belt, whatever, right? You knew it was coming. Okay. Drop the knife. My suggestion to you, if you're with the police and the police are yelling at you to do something, like drop the knife, my suggestion is you do this. That's my suggestion. Whether you're angry, stand by, because I have no one here to pick up this knife except me. Stand by. And this is actually my knife, okay? So, when you have police officers or maybe a single police officer giving you a command, whatever it may be, go back to that moment with that wooden spoon or that metal spatula, whatever it was from your childhood, okay? Right? Maybe you didn't have that, and maybe that's why you're in this situation. Who knows, right? I'm no psychologist, all right? But for those of you who did, right? So, do what they are telling you to do immediately. Step one of not getting shot by the police. Step number one. The police tell you to do something, do it on the first time. Not on the second time, not on the third time. No, you don't understand, officer. She's, screwing with my life. You don't understand, officer. He did this. Officer, you don't understand. I'm the one who called the police. I'm the one who called 911. And you guys are pointing guns at me. This is effed up. No. Okay. No, that's not the time. That's not the time. Officer, you guys came because I'm the victim. I got punched. Okay. We need you to drop the knife. No, I'm the victim. I called 911. We need you to drop the knife. This is bullshit. Listen, maybe it is bullshit, okay? Sorry for all the kids watching, right? Maybe it's BS. Maybe there's a big misunderstanding. Maybe there's a huge misunderstanding. But in that moment, remember that spatula. In that moment is not the moment to prove that you're right, they're wrong. Because they have guns drawn on you. And you have a knife, okay? That came really close to dropping on my foot, okay? Drop it, okay? Now, not just for a knife, okay? Actually went into the dirt. Okay, great. All right, so maybe you have keys, all right? Maybe you have keys and there's something on the keys that's long, you know, and whatever. You never know, right? That's a handcuff key, by the way, all right? Maybe you have keys and maybe they can't see your hands. So maybe you're fiddling, maybe you're doing something, whatever. And they say, hey, drop it. They may say, drop the weapon. And you may say, I don't got a weapon. These are my keys. And they may say, drop the weapon. These are my keys. These are just my keys. Drop the weapon. My advice to you, if you would not like to be shot by the police, I don't care if you're holding a Bible. I don't care if you're holding your favorite item. I don't care what it is, all right? The only thing I could think of that I could tell you not to drop in this scenario is a child, okay? However, maybe you're just holding your keys. Maybe you're just holding your cell phone. This is not the moment to say, it's just my keys. Officer, I just got my keys. These are my keys to my car. Not the time, people. Name of the game is survival. You have police yelling at you. They have guns drawn. This is not the time to be right, to be righteous. You want to frickin' survive. We see what's happening, right? We're not going to get into the politics of it. But if you are about surviving the incident, the encounter, I beg you to do this one thing. When they tell you to do something, the first time, do it. Make your argument later. Don't make it in that moment. No song and dance, no hoopla, no all this garbage. You don't understand, this you don't get it. No. Survival. And survival is hard when you have bullets in you. Okay? Don't give the police the opportunity. Don't give the police a reason to fear for their safety, to fear for their life, right? Because they don't know what else you have. They need to see that your hands are clear, right? We've all seen the YouTube ninjas, right? They're doing those draws. I do them when I practice. I don't sit there and try to do them on video, right? But that quick, you could draw a weapon, right? Fire. There's some people who are really good where they could be like, hey, and fire that round just like that, okay? So you don't want to put officers in fear because they don't have x-ray vision. They don't know if you have a gun on you, right? They want to make sure your hands are clear. If these are your keys and they say drop the weapon, say, officer, just my keys, I'm dropping them. Just my keys. It was just my keys. Just my keys. That's it. Keys to my car. That's it. All right. So whatever's in your hands, drop what's in your hands, okay? Do not disregard what the police are saying and say, man, this is bullshit. I'm out of here. And start, turn around, walk away. Bad idea. Horrible idea. Possibly one of the worst ideas in the world is when police officers are giving you commands in a heated scenario. They may or may not have their guns drawn, whether they're drawn or not, and for you to say, man, F this is bullshit, I'm out of here. Bad idea, people. Very bad idea. Why is that a bad idea? Because they don't know you, they never met you, they may not even know your name, and guess what? We've seen it happen. We've seen it happen. We're like, yeah, man, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And they turn and they have a gun and they shoot the police. And it happens that quick. Man, this is BS. I'm the one who called the police. This is BS. She has my kids. She has my kids. This is BS. I called the police. Those are my kids. And then what? Okay? All right? I keep stepping on my keys, so I'm going to pick them up. I don't like dirty keys. All right? Whatever's in your hands, drop it. Do not turn and walk away. Let them see your hands. Do not reach for anything. Don't say, hey, let me just put my phone away. No. Let me just put my keys in my pocket. No. Okay? Now, once again, this is just advice. I've locked up, I don't know how many people as a police officer. I lost count how many times I arrested someone. And I went through the same thing every time. I didn't care if it was an old lady or a little girl or an old man, a young man, big guy, little guy. I didn't care. The same thing. Do me a favor. Don't reach into your pockets and just keep your hands visible, okay? Let me just keep your hands visible, because I always say, watch their hands, right? Because you could be looking at their face and, right? You could be looking at their glasses. They could be taking their hat off, right? They'd be like, man, officer, it's hot here. It's hot. I don't got a max dry vest. I got the, right? A concealment, okay? So, no sudden movements, and just let them see your hands. Hey, good. You got something in your hands? Drop it, except a baby. Don't drop a baby, okay? Drop it, all right? Now, the next thing that's going to happen, no matter what the scenario is, once again, right or wrong or indifferent, you're going to see these, okay? These are the most uncomfortable bracelets in the whole world. I carried these for almost 15 years, right, as an officer, almost, and I had to use these many times, okay? So, what you don't want to do in this scenario, once again, is anything that the police tell you, you don't want to do anything that they're not telling you to do, okay? So, maybe it's a big misunderstanding. Maybe it's a huge misunderstanding. Maybe someone just dimed you out and they're setting you up, okay? And maybe you are mad as hell because you just got set up by your ex-girl, something, whatever. Maybe some store owner is making some bogus claim that you just stole something, wrote a bad check, whatever. And they're completely making it up because they're racist. Okay? Keep your hands up. Officer, I just want to let you know this is a big misunderstanding. I'm sitting here, I'm innocent. This is a big misunderstanding, and I would like to say my piece. And okay, all right. But first, we need to restrain you for your safety and my safety, okay? Make sure you don't go run away. Make sure you don't have a weapon that you grab, right? That's it. Now, this is something many people don't know. During my career as an officer, almost 15 years, there were many, many times where during an investigation at a call, there's craziness, there's people screaming, there's people crying, someone's stabbed, someone's hurt, whatever. And because we arrive and we don't know anyone and nobody knows us, and we need to figure things out, there were times where we would handcuff certain people until we figured out what the hell was going on, okay? It didn't mean they were under arrest. They were just detained for our safety until we figured out what the heck was going on. Because we've all seen the calls where the cops arrive, and it's a big melee, people screaming, people yelling, right? And next thing you know, some guy just goes to his car, walks away, and comes back and is like, boom, 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 and starts shooting people. Maybe not the police, but shooting the people he's angry at, right? So, there were many times where we would handcuff people and say, listen, for your safety and mine, I'm going to handcuff you. I'm going to sit you down right here. We're going to figure out what's going on. After the investigation, if they were deemed to truly be the victim, maybe they called 911, they're the victim, or they're being set up, or there's no evidence to show that they did anything wrong, what I would do is very simple. I'd go out and handcuff them. And I would say, let me get those handcuffs off you. It seems, after my investigation here, that she's a liar, he's a liar, I watched the video surveillance. You're good, man. Thank you for your cooperation, okay? Or, on the flip side, you talk to the witnesses, you watch the videotape, and you realize that person did punch someone. That person did steal something. That person did commit some kind of a crime. And now they're in handcuffs, and you stand them up and say, okay, listen, right now the evidence is pointing to you did this, so you're now under arrest. They're already handcuffing. Now you're under arrest. I'm advising you're under arrest. Now at that time, they may say, this is bullshit, Listen, maybe you're right. Maybe this is all bullshit. Maybe they're making this all up and you're being set up here, whatever. But right now, you're under arrest and we're gonna work this out later, okay? Now is not the time to yell and scream and throw a fit, okay? Now, handcuffing. If the police tell you that you are under arrest or they would like to handcuff you for your safety and their safety, this is how it goes. They're gonna tell you to turn around, place your hands behind your back. Now, I would say place your hands behind your back. Some officers say, put your hands on top of your head, okay? Right? Once again, you gotta take the emotion out. Take it out. Whether you're being set up, right, wrong, this is bullshit, cops are racist. Don't give them a reason. You want to utter, if you want to, mutter under your breath, be like, "This is bullshit." Fine, okay, all right, that's okay. I get it. All right, I had people do that. Like they would, put their head down, and man, this is bullshit. Okay, right? Put your hands behind your back. Your hands behind your back. This is the pivotal moment. I want everyone watching to listen to this very closely. This is the pivotal moment where you are making the choice to live or potentially die, right? Because we know what is happening in this country right now, and we don't want to knowingly put ourselves into a situation that could end up with us meeting a bullet, okay? So please, I'm saying this to everyone, young black men, young black women, white men, green men, purple men, women, I don't care what you are. This is critical. I just saw a video of a white lady getting shot by the police. They went to go handcuff her. She was a young white girl. They went to go handcuff her. She went crazy. She tried to run away. They shot her. I bet you didn't see that on the news, though. I'll link the video below. Okay? Young white girl. All right? Fought with the police. They shot her. Right? Not sure if she had a weapon. She may have had a weapon on her. Okay? And by the way, she may have had a weapon on her, and it was another situation where they showed up and she said, I called the police. I'm the caller. I called 911. And they did their investigation, and they deemed that she was the aggressor, and they were about to place her under arrest, and that's when she fought, and she had a weapon, and they shot her. Okay? I'll post a link. White girl. Okay. Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Okay, turn around, put your hands behind your back. Okay? Officer should come up. I would take one hand out. Okay? I'd flex their wrist, and then I would just put the one handcuff on. I can't handcuff myself, okay? I'm not Houdini. Maybe I could, but I'm not going to try it, okay? All right? So handcuff on, all right? Keep that other hand in the small of your back, and then I'd bring that hand in. Okay. So now you're handcuffed, all right? Once again, you're allowed to be pissed off right now because getting arrested sucks. If you did something wrong and you got caught, it sucks because you got caught. If you did nothing wrong and someone called the police and now you're in handcuffs and being arrested and you did nothing wrong, that sucks even more. Sorry, I'm handcuffed, okay? That sucks even more. However, now is not the time to act a fool, to be flailing, kicking, spitting, cursing. Now is the time. If you want to curse under your breath, curse under your breath. If you want to plan your payback, plan your payback. If you want to plan how you're gonna, Shawshank Redemption and break out of jail, go ahead. Now's the time. Plan it all in your head. But now is not the time to kick, scream, yell, act like a child having a temper tantrum. Now's the time to act like a grown-up. You can be angry. You can be angry. It's okay. You can be mad. But now is not the time to fight and kick and scream. You're handcuffed. They're going to lead you to a car. They're going to sit you in that car. You don't kick out the windows. You don't spit. You don't scream. You don't damage the car. You don't piss. You don't defecate yourself. You don't do any of that. You act like a man. You act like a grown-up. Act like an adult. Maybe you're a woman that identifies as a man. I don't know. I can't keep up these days. Okay? But you sit there. You're allowed to be angry. Acting like a 2-year-old having a tantrum, not okay. Okay? Now, remember, the part where they go to handcuff you is the part where it's very, very important for you not to do anything except allow them to handcuff you. Because the part where they're handcuffing you is not the moment where you decide that you have one more question for the officer or you want to let him know one more detail, right? That is not the time you say, well, officer, let me... No, right? No. I'm going to do this, and this is going to happen live on Facebook, so I hope I can get this undone, all right? All right? There you go. Now, you wouldn't know how many times I saw police officers get that one handcuff on, and then the person decides, not today, and they turn around. And now the officer has one hand on the cuff, this hand is flying, right? Maybe they're doing the judo chop, they're trying to do the smack, they're trying to plead their case, and the officer is flailing around like this with one cuff. You don't know how many times we've had to chase a suspect with one cuff on because in that moment where they heard and they realized the cuffs were going on, that's when they decided that they didn't feel like getting arrested. And they were going to make a break for it, and they were going to try to fight and run and do all this stupidity. The stupidest thing you can do. Let me repeat that. The stupidest thing you can do when you are being placed under arrest or being told to do something by the police, the stupidest thing you could do is in that moment try to fight with them. Because that is detrimental to your health. That is not the moment. There is a time and a place. Okay? All right? Time and a place. Time and a place. You just don't do it. Going back to the metal spatula, right? I remember one time, I got a little bit older, I got a little bit bigger, and my mom came at me with that metal spatula to hit me. And I remember I put my arm up to block it. Oh, whoo-wee. She said, don't you dare block me when I'm trying to hit you. She got so mad that I tried to block her for trying to hit me with the spatula. You're just supposed to sit there and take it. You're supposed to just sit there and take it. Don't you dare try to block that spatula. So I learned my lesson, right? She was going to hit me with the spatula. I couldn't block it. I had to take it. Listen, if you get into some situation, either you get caught, own it, or if you're in that situation and it's not your fault, you didn't do anything wrong, and you're innocent as the day is long, all right. You're like, yeah, I'm innocent. I'm innocent, officer. Go ahead. You got to cuff me up. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm innocent. Start thinking about the house you're going to buy. Start thinking about the house you're going to buy your mom. Start thinking about the car you're going to buy, the vacation you're going to go on with your lady. Start thinking about all the things you're going to do after you sue them for false arrest, and you're going to have this lavish life, okay? I don't know what you're going to do, but start thinking of those things. That's not the moment to start thinking about how you're going to fight the police, how you're going to maybe try to take their weapon, how you're going to try to run away. It's not going to work out for you. Anyone with a television or a phone right now in this country knows that that idea, that option, is not going to work out very well. It's not going to work out well. All right? I don't want to say it's definitely not going to work out well if you're an African American male or a black male. I'm not going to go there and say that. But to those watching, you know what I'm talking about. Be smart. Use your head. Don't let them win. Listen, obey, and survive. You got a mom, you got a dad, you got brothers, you got sisters. In that moment is not the moment to prove you're right. This is bullshit. You know, I ain't getting arrested. No, I'm not going to jail. I didn't do anything wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Bad idea. Survive the day. Survive the incident, survive the day, fight it in court, get one of these attorneys that jump out of the woodwork every time there's some incident with the police. They'll be calling you within 30 minutes. Say, yeah, yep, I want you, because this is BS. I got locked up for no reason, and you're some big-time civil rights attorney. You're all over the news. I want you. I want to sue these people. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm innocent. And if you are innocent, you win the battle in court. Don't try to win the battle on the side of the street, because when you lose on the side of the street, you could lose your life. When you lose in court, which you may very well may not, but when you lose in court, you still live another day. When you lose on the side of the street by trying to be stupid and fight this, you could lose your life, and your family loses you. And your kids lose you. And if being right is worth it above your family, your kids, everyone, then you got something wrong with you. Are there bad cops out there? You better believe it. You better believe it. I lived with it. Personally, as a cop. There's bad cops. There's dirty cops. There's racist cops. There's cops who profile, right? And we got to change that. Is it ever going to go away? No. As long as human beings are police, it'll never go away. We got to wait till robots are police, right? But as long as we have human beings as police, that will never go away. It can get better, it can decrease, but it may never go away. You are obligated to know this and know how to survive these situations. That's what you're obligated to do. Be the better person. Fight it in court. Fight it with lawyers. There are plenty of lawyers that'll come defend you if you are truly innocent. There's all kinds of innocent projects and all that, funded privately, all kinds of money. Don't worry about how you're going to afford the attorney. There's a million different ones out there. I'll post some links below. But live another day. Don't fight this. That's not the moment to prove you're right. All right, now I got to go get this handcuff off, okay? And we're going to review, all right? Remember, drop it, one time, drop. If it's not a weapon and it's just something non-weapon, doesn't matter. Drop it, okay. Set it once, drop. Handcuffing, okay. No flailing, no turning around, no running, okay? No Forrest Gump. Okay, after handcuffing, act like an adult. You sit down and you take it. You take it like an adult. You could be angry, but take it like an adult. And fight another day. That's it. I almost dropped that damn knife on my foot again. All right, I'm gonna try to get this handcuff off. You all be safe, all right? We gotta do this together. Remember, we could all do this together. We're all human beings. If I cut myself right now with that knife that fell through my foot, we all bleed red, okay? We all bleed red. We're all human beings. Some of us are good, some of us are bad. Doesn't matter our skin color. Good prevails over evil. Okay? All right. Be safe, everyone. Oh, by the way, remember, watch their hands, watch their sticks, and there's some kind of virus going around. So put your mask on and don't touch your face or anything. You know, wash your hands before you eat. My mom just called me. She told me to wash my hands before I eat. Right? Grown ass man. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys later.